All right, I really screwed up opening my candle boutique, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Standley with Standley Handcrafted, and today I'm going to talk about opening a candle boutique, the mistakes that I made, and some of the things that I would correct going forward, and also why I'm not too concerned with opening it the wrong way. All right, so to preface this, for anybody new to the channel, I opened a candle supply warehouse probably a year and a half ago, and then within that time, I've also opened a candle boutique within the warehouse. And as I go through the story, you'll start to realize why I'm really not too concerned that I opened the boutique the wrong way. But starting out, I'm going to tell you exactly why opening the boutique the way that I did was absolutely the wrong way to do it. All right, so one of the first things that I really messed up on with the candle boutique is the location. This is one of those things that you always hear from everybody out there: location, location, location. And this is obviously something that I knew previous to opening the store, but it was also one of those things that I really didn't think too much about at the time. I figured the spot that we had was going to be perfectly fine. I've come to learn that it's really not that great for the boutique. That's not the case for the warehouse. But first we're going to talk about the boutique. So the boutique that we opened is candles, of course. We've got a candle bar coming in, candle making classes. We've got jewelry, clothing, soaps, kind of an all-in-one boutique. And I'll go ahead and put some video up here so you guys can see what it looks like. And I'll show you the location of where it is. And the location of it isn't actually that bad. It's a block or two up from where the good locations are, basically. We're up from the waterfront, maybe a half a mile, not even that, probably 100 or 200 yards. And it's a good location, but it's not a prime location. And that's one of the things that we realized right away. It's off the beaten path by just a couple feet. But the main thing holding the boutique back right now is when you drive by it, and again, I'll put a picture up here so that you can see it. The building that it's in is very unassuming. It doesn't look like a shopping center. It doesn't look like there would be shops in there unless you're from the area and you know that there are shops in there. And the reason that's a problem is because we don't get too much traffic. It basically looks like an office building, as you can see. So people that are driving by, they just think that there's construction outfits in there. I mean, there are a couple signs out there that show there's a retail secondhand store. There's a dog groomers in there. But if you're just driving by, it looks like an office building, and most people will just drive right by an office building, which of course wouldn't be too much of a bad thing if there were other shops around it. I'm sure everybody has driven by a kind of a strip mall or kind of a nicer mall where there are definitely office buildings in there, but they're also surrounded by shops that people go into, food places where it's more of a destination place. People are going there for a reason. And of course, while they're there, they venture out and they look at the other shops that are surrounding the area, and you kind of get some stumbling traffic. The problem with the building that we're in is you have to go there specifically for the businesses that are there. And there are only 3 of them, including us. So there's the dog groomer. And if you're going to the dog groomers, you're probably not going to be there to shop. There's a secondhand store, which does really well. It's well known in the area, so we do get a lot of customers coming up when they visit their shop. And then, of course, there's the building management, but nobody's going to see them unless they have business with the building management. So the stumble on traffic, the overflow traffic we get from other businesses is not that big right there. So what that means is we have to do things to bring people in. And what we've done is we've put the big giant 10 to 13 foot flags out in front so that when people are driving by, they see the giant flag that says gifts or boutique or candles, which has absolutely helped. It's one of those things I probably need to get a couple more flags out there. Basically stuff letting people know that, hey, there is a business inside here. And of course, having a building like that, having a location like that means that we have to go out and do just that much more marketing, word of mouth, basically letting people know every single day that we're a shop inside this building. And these are also things that a lot of new shops struggle with, even ones that are in good locations. It takes a while before people realize that a shop is there. It takes a lot of people to come in, shop, like the shop, and then of course recommend it to other people. So word of mouth is a little bit slower to travel. So we're definitely building up there, which is really nice. We're starting to get a lot more people in, people that have heard about the shop, people that have heard it from either Facebook ads or posting in groups, or from people people that have come in. And then of course we are getting repeat customers who are coming in 2 and 3 times because they like the products that we sell. So moving forward, if I was to do this again, and we will be doing this again because we're already thinking of the second location for Clove and Ivy, which is the name of the boutique. And I say that knowing what we're looking for this time because, and this is going to go into the second part of this, which is why I said I wasn't too concerned with opening the boutique the wrong way, is we weren't really concerned with opening the boutique in the first place. We initially launched this as a candle warehouse. And then of course the boutique was kind of not really a second thought, but it was something we knew we were going to open along the way, maybe half a year into it, a year into it, basically as a space so that people buying candle supplies could come in and just kind of look around. So we opened up the boutique just to have more stuff in there, which is why I wasn't too concerned, like I said, with opening the boutique the wrong way. Knowing that, I would have absolutely chosen a different location. I knew from the get-go that this wasn't going to be a great location specifically for the boutique, but it is a good location for the candle warehouse. And the reason I say that and what I mean by that is when somebody's looking to buy candle supplies, they're going to look it up online. They're making a trip to a place like that. So it really doesn't matter, not too much anyway. People don't want to drive 3 hours to go to a candle warehouse. But when you have a candle warehouse in your town, and maybe if it's just in the outskirts of town or anything like that, you don't mind driving to a place knowing that that's the only thing you're going to get there. And speaking at it from that point of view, the warehouse is in a great location. It's not the best building for a candle warehouse. There are still a lot of things that I wish we had for this place, including a loading dock. And those are, of course, things that I'll fix on once we upgrade and move to a different warehouse. But knowing that now for the warehouse and the candle boutique, once we open up the boutique in another location, those are things that we'll definitely look for. Of course, we know we're going to be paying a little bit more as far as pricing when it comes to different locations, but having those locations, and there's a great one a couple miles up the road from here where it's a nice little shopping mall. It's got maybe 20 different shops in there, fast food, clothing, a few different things like that. So people are going there, and then once they're in one shop, they tend to wander around to all the other shops that are there. So that's definitely what we're looking for when we do the next boutique. So not only will we have our regular marketing, posting in groups, posting or putting ads out there, we're also going to get a lot more stumble upon traffic that we just don't get right now. And then on top of that, we're also learning what to do in a boutique. This is the first time we're doing a lot of this stuff. So figuring out what to order, what to bring in, what to stock a little of, what to stock a lot of. Things like this will definitely carry into the next shop. And of course, that's a second video for sure, just talking about all that kind of stuff, which I will make at some point. But of course, having said all that, I'm not, like I said in the beginning, I'm not truly disappointed with how we opened the boutique. I'm actually very proud of it. It's done very well. It's still growing, so it's not where I want it to be, but it's getting to that point. A lot more people are starting to know that not only do we sell clothing and everything, but a lot more local candle makers are starting to come in, which is a huge bump in getting the brand out there and, of course, overall sales. So overall, I'm definitely happy with the launch of the warehouse and the boutique, but there are definitely some things that I would have done different knowing what I know now. So once we upgrade, we get to a new warehouse, we get to a new boutique, we will absolutely be attacking this and approaching this from a much different angle, even with the stuff that we knew from before. And of course, if there's anybody out there that has opened their own store, please let me know what you thought of, what you didn't think of in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what other people kind of went through, what their struggles were, what their hurdles were, what they would and would not have done different. And of course, if you have any questions on the new boutique, the new warehouse, or anything like that for the second video, please, again, let me know in the comment section down below, and we'll go ahead and add that to the second video. And of course, hit like on the video, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.